welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm a little late. I apologize. Today, I'm going to finally be doing my review of the Too Faced holiday palette set that I got. And then I also bought the liquid lip set for this year. I have the set from 2 years ago that we will compare. And then I have the holiday set from last year. And then I have, you know, the holiday palette from 2 years ago. If we want to talk about that, I have it sitting here, so might as well throw that in too. So yeah, I will discuss my pros and cons for this year's choice. There was a little bit of regret when I got my palette. I'll get into why. And yeah, that sounds interesting. Stick around. These are still available, so if you're interested in picking something up, I thought maybe this would be helpful. I'm somebody that gets suckered into the cuteness of their holiday sets. I'm really debating whether or not I'm going to get anything next year. I probably will, and then I'll have immediate regret again after, but that's a whole nother thing. So that sounds interesting. That's what we're going to be doing. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. If you are subscribed, thank you for coming back. I appreciate you. And yeah, we're gonna jump right in. I'll swatch the palette and the blush and the highlight and the lipsticks. I'll swatch the lipsticks from 2 years ago. And yeah, we'll have a fun time. So yeah, if that sounds interesting, we're going to get into it right now. Okay, so let's start off with the palette set that I chose to get. And then I'll talk about last year's set, and then we'll move into the lipsticks. We'll do that. And then I'll talk about gingerbread spice, maybe a teensy bit, just because I happen to have it out. This is the second time I'm filming this. I tried to upload, my video got corrupted, so here we are. I'm refilming it, so hopefully it's better. I didn't include gingerbread spice in the last one, so anyway, we're going to jump in. So the set that I got this year is the one, I think it's a Snow Fox. I think that's what that is. And it's an eyeshadow palette, and then you get a blush and a highlighter. I do like the shape of this because the one last year was a snowman, sugar cookie, and all the pieces were round. That's super annoying for storage purposes. So I appreciate that this is a rectangle. And then this is a little square. I went with this set instead of the larger like woodland palette because I did look at that one, but I didn't have the storage that I've now upgraded to. I have more palette storage. And so I was like, I don't need something that big. This is a good size. And they had this one and a neutral one, more neutral one. These are both like neutral-esque. A little more peachy toned, I guess. I went with the pinks. I do like pinks and mauves. Pink is my favorite color. I had immediate regret when this palette came because Silver Bells, String of Lights, and Ice Queen, these three are pressed glitter. I don't wear a lot of pressed glitter anymore. I used to. I wear contacts now, so I have this phobia of glitter getting lodged into my eye with my contacts because I wear the night and day lenses so I can put them in and leave them in for a month. So I have this phobia of glitter getting stuck in there and ripping my contact up and my eye, and it's a whole thing. So far, knock on wood, that hasn't happened yet. But when I opened this, I was like, oh no. Now I have worn these two shades. I think I've done a little bit of Silver Bells too. I think I've used all of the pressed glitters. ColourPop is notorious for putting at least one pressed glitter in their palettes, and I did use the pressed glitter out of the Hocus Pocus palette, and I didn't have any problems, so hopefully I will get more use out of this than I thought, because if you're not somebody that uses pressed glitter, those are like dead shades, so then you've lost 3 shades, and then you're down to essentially a 9-pan palette, which is annoying when you pay for 12 shades, and then you're, you know, so that can be a whole thing. So if you are not somebody that likes pressed glitter, I would stay away from this one. The other palette in this size didn't look like it had any pressed glitter in it. If it does, I think it has one, but then this palette didn't look like it had pressed glitter in it either from the photos online. So I could be completely wrong. You'll have to let me know if you bought the other one. Are there any pressed glitters in it? I would be curious to know. But yeah, I like a good pink mauve situation. So this color story was right up my alley. And then I really liked this Candy Cane and Blue Christmas shade. So it's a pretty palette when you get past the pressed glitters. And then the blush and highlight is also very cute. We have Angel Kiss is the highlight, and Makeup Envy Mary is the blush. It is more of an intense highlight than last year, so let me swatch the blush and the highlight, and then I'll show you the highlight from last year's palette. So there's that, definitely a more blindy highlight. And then the highlight from last year is Angel Wings. So we have Angel Kiss this year and then Angel Wings. This is definitely a more subtle highlight. I have used this highlight a lot. You can see there's quite a dip in the pan. I'll hold it up again so you can see. And then the Chocolate Soleil bronzer is the bronzer. That's one of my favorite contours. So you can see I've used this highlight quite a bit, but you can see it's a little more subtle and a little more gold. This is more of a champagne. So I'm glad that they're not the exact same shade, because I thought for sure, my makeup towel is down here, so I thought for sure they were going to be the same shades. And then the blushes from last year are all slightly different from the one that I got. So that's nice. And I do like these blushes. I wouldn't say they're exactly Too Faced original formula, but they're not bad. I've used them all. And so I'm glad I have one that's not a repeat shade. I do appreciate that, but the circle design of this is super annoying. I'm tempted to depot these and put them in a Z palette, but I'm afraid of ruining the pan. So that's the only reason they're still in these little circles. The only thing I don't have from last year is the eyeshadow palette. I decluttered it just because I wasn't using it, and storing it was a pain because, again, it was a circle. So I just have the face pieces. So let's swatch the palette, and I'll do the pressed glitters last. So we have Christmas Dream, which is a sequence shade. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a shimmer. It is a matte with glitter in it, so that is a little bit chunky. It's pretty, but there is some glitter fallout. And then you have Special Delivery and All I Want, which is also a sequin shade, which is, again, matte with glitter in it. Okay, and then we have Boxes and Bows, which is a pretty mauve, and then Lords a Leaping, which is a beautiful, beautiful shimmer. And then we have Candy Cane, which is also very, very pretty, almost, I think they were trying to make it a metallic. Like, that is a horrible swatch. I apologize. And then Nutcracker is a matte. These are not good swatches, so I apologize. And then we have Bluebells is also a gorgeous, gorgeous metallic-y shimmer. And then Sex and Sleigh Bells is a black metallic shade, which is also very, very pretty. I have been able to use that in the outer corner a little bit. The glitter kind of blends in. And then the pressed glitters I'll do on the other side under the highlight. So we have Silver Bells. I will say the nice thing with these glitters is they're very creamy, so you don't necessarily need a glitter glue with them. I've used them without and not had any issues. They stick very, very well, so I will give them that. So there's String of Lights, and then Ice Queen. Silver Bells is pretty tapped all over, and so is Ice Queen. Ice Queen is very sheer, but it reminds me of Urban Decay Distortion, so just tapping it all over, it just adds some extra sparkle, and it's pretty. So if you like pressed glitter, eventually I'll learn to leave my towels up here. I leave towels on the bottom. If you like pressed glitters, these are very nice, and like I said, I've been able to use them without a glitter glue. You can use glitter glue if you want, but you don't have to, and I don't have any issues once I get them on my eyelid staying on there. So there's that. And again, if you like this color story, again, I like the size of this palette. The shadow formula seems good. I've used almost all the shades. I've gotten some really pretty looks with it. It's just, I was super annoyed that there was pressed glitters because I was not expecting it. I think if you know there's glitter and you like the glitter and you're prepared for the glitter, it's okay. But if you don't like glitter, like I said, then you've just lost 3 shades. And then I like this a lot. And then obviously I still have my 2 pieces from last year. And then the palette, the holiday palette they had 2 years ago was obviously Gingerbread Spice. They bring this back occasionally. I still like this palette. I still use it. The white that's on my lid is this chunky Frostbite Me shade that everybody hated. I like it. I think it's pretty. I am able to make it work. I do use it with a glitter glue. It is a chunky little beast, but this is still a good palette. So let's get into the liquid lipsticks, and I will hopefully not have eyeshadow all over me, and I will try and swatch them maybe down this arm, maybe on my hand. We'll see. So this year, they didn't have a liquid lipstick set last year. They had a lip gloss set, so I was really upset about that because I'm not a big lip gloss wearer, which you'd never know from the amount that I own. But so I was very excited that they brought back their liquid lipsticks sets, because these I think are a tremendous value. If you get anything, I would highly recommend these. Too Faced has a really, really good liquid lipstick formula, and this is a good size. I still have my ones from 2 years ago. They're still going strong, and I've worn this Sugar Cookie shade a lot, and I still have a ton of product. They did repeat that shade, and again, I'll swatch them next to each other. I think they're slightly different, but I'm not mad at it. It's a really pretty nude, so I'm not upset that I have two. But you get kind of a red. It's not the same red from last year, so you have Candy Cane, and I will swatch the comparable shades next to one another. You have Hot Toddy. Yes, not making up names. Caramel Apple. And then you have Sugar Cookie. So 2 years ago, we had Cinnamon Bear, which they brought back this year. There is an eyeshadow palette set with Cinnamon Bear. Then you had Hot Buttered Rum. Pumpkin Spice, which they also brought back this year. It was available when the Pumpkin Spice palette came out. And then Sugar Cookie. So let's swatch the shades. We'll do them. Maybe we'll do them on this side, and I'll just go around my watch because I'm right-handed, so it'll be easier. So here's Sugar Cookie from last year. Yeah, I wear Sugar Cookie all the time. It is, and they're comfortable. So let's swatch Sugar Cookie from this year. The new one is obviously creamier. I feel like they're slightly different tones, like maybe just a hint. Some of it could be because it's brand new, so the formula is a little more emollient, but I feel like maybe ever so slightly. And then we have Pumpkin Spice from last year, and it's the same shade when I reviewed the Pumpkin Spice palettes. It's the exact same shade. So I have a full size in this now because I did buy the new one. And then Caramel Apple, which is not an orange by any means. It is a brown, but you can see Caramel Apple's got more red, and then Pumpkin Spice is above it. And these are scented like their names. So then we have Hot Buttered Rum from last year, which again is another pretty nude. So there is Hot Buttered Rum. I love these minis because I have so many liquid lipsticks, like I'm never going to use a whole one up in my life. So I like this size. I've said it before, I wish Too Faced would just sell this size as an option. Like I would buy all of my liquid lipsticks from them in this size because at least I have a chance of using it up. So there's Hot Toddy and Hot Buttered Rum. So you can see this is definitely more of a berry mauve situation, whereas this is more of just a straight brownie nude. And then last we have Cinnamon Bear, which is a beautiful red. Beautiful, beautiful, like true red, like my shirt. And then I am wearing Candy Cane. That's the color that I'm wearing, but I will swatch it next to Cinnamon Bear so we can compare. Candy Cane definitely is more of a pinky red, whereas Cinnamon Bear is a true like Snow White red shade. So those are those. And I was trying to figure out how I could tell the Sugar Cookies apart. Last year had gold This year is nude. And then again, they're probably the same shade, but that's probably my most used one out of these sets, so I don't mind having two. I can put one in my purse now if I want. So yeah, there are the lipsticks. There's my horrible swatches of the shadow, the face palette, the glitter. I've used this palette probably 3 times now. I've gotten pretty looks every single time, never gotten a bad look out of it. I was just really upset that there was pressed glitter. So I don't know if I'm going to get a Too Faced set next year. We'll see what they put out. The only thing I didn't get was I didn't get a mini palette. Last year I got the Hot Buttered Rum, and then the year before I got the Sugar Cookie palettes. The Sugar Cookie mini palette I didn't buy. I was tempted to get the Salted Caramel one this year, but I didn't really need it, so I didn't end up getting a small palette. So yeah, but I'm happy with the lipsticks. I am happy, you know, this is going to be so much easier to store, and I do think that I will keep this for a while, whereas I decluttered the eyeshadow palette last year. So that is everything. Let me know what you guys thought. Did you guys buy anything from Too Faced's holiday collection? I would be very curious to know. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you thought of the products that I got. And yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good December. I'm going to try and get one more holiday look up for you. And there should be a tutorial on this eye look already if you are interested. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and hopefully I will see you all in another video very, very soon. Bye, everybody.